We're now going to create our animated builder for our page controller. So when we swipe through, the post in the middle is going to pop out at us. Inside our post carousel, we can scroll up, and we need to wrap our stack in a widget called Animated Builder. The Animated Builder will have an animation, and the animation is based off of the page controller. So we pass in page controller. We also need to have a builder, and this function has a context and a widget. In order to achieve this animation, we're going to need to create a value called double value and set it equal to 1. Then we want to check if the page controller dot position dot has dimensions. And based on that position, we're going to be giving each of our posts a different height. So now we do value equals page controller dot page, and page is the current page displayed by our page view, minus the index, and that's the current index we're at. Then we want to set the value equal to 1 minus the absolute value of our double value, and then multiply it by 0.25. Then we want to clamp it between 0.0 and 1.0. I'll show you how these values affect our animation in a bit, but let's first get the desired animation. Return center child size box, and our size box will have a height of curves dot ease in out dot transform the value, which we declared up here, times 400.0, and 400.0 is the height of our image. Lastly, we just need to set the child of our size box, and we'll set that to widget. Now if we hit save, we see that our current post maintained its height of 400, but the sides have a smaller height now. And when we scroll, we see it gets smaller, and the post we're scrolling to gets bigger. Now if we made this value 0.5 equal to 0.8, for example, then the height of our other posts becomes very small, and when we scroll, it grows rapidly. The larger this value is, the smaller the posts on the sides are going to be, and the smaller it is, so we make it 0.1. Now if we scroll, the animation is barely noticeable. So that's why 0.25 is a good value. And then we get a nice smooth animation. The value here that we're calculating represents the distance from our page controller to the next index. And that's how we're scaling each post when they're next to each other.